The Battle of Thermopylae. In the summer of 480 BCE, the Greek city-states faced a formidable threat, the massive Persian army led by King Xerxes. Their goal was to conquer Greece, and reports claimed they outnumbered the Greeks by the thousands. Yet amid this chaos, King Leonidas of Sparta chose to take a stand with just 300 of his finest warriors. As they marched toward the narrow pass of Thermopylae, Leonidas knew the odds were stacked against them. But the Spartans were trained for this moment. They believed in honor, duty, and the protection of their homeland. Upon arriving at the pass, Leonidas addressed his men, his voice steady and resolute. "Today, we fight not for ourselves, but for all of Greece. We will hold this ground against the tyranny of Persia." For 2 grueling days, the Spartans engaged the Persian forces. Using their superior tactics and the geography of the pass, they created a nearly impenetrable barrier. The Spartans stood shoulder to shoulder, their shields locked together, forming a wall of defense that held firm against wave after wave of enemy soldiers. The first day saw the Persians charging relentlessly, yet each time they attempted to break through, the Spartans countered with lethal precision. Their spear thrusts and disciplined formations decimated the attackers, turning the battlefield into a grim testament to Spartan bravery. With each fallen warrior, their legend grew, inspiring not only their comrades but also the surrounding Greek allies. On the morning of the 3rd day, the tide shifted. A traitor named Ephialtes revealed a hidden mountain path to Xerxes, allowing the Persians to flank the Spartans. Realizing the end was near, Leonidas faced a tough decision. He knew that if he retreated, the Persian forces would overrun the rest of Greece. "We must hold our ground," he declared, "even if it costs us our lives." Leonidas sent most of the Greek forces away, keeping only his 300 Spartans and a handful of Thespians who chose to stay. "Go and tell our story," he urged his departing allies. "Let the world remember what we have done here." As the sun rose high, the final battle commenced. The Spartans fought valiantly, their shields glinting in the sun, spears thrusting forward like lightning strikes. Leonidas himself fought at the front, a fierce warrior whose courage inspired his men. They faced overwhelming odds, yet they stood firm, embodying the Spartan ideal of sacrifice. When Leonidas fell, the remaining Spartans continued to fight until they too were overcome. The Persians finally breached the pass, but they did so with a deep sense of respect for their adversaries. The 300 Spartans had turned what could have been a swift conquest into a legendary stand against oppression. Though they lost their lives, the bravery of Leonidas and his men became a symbol of resistance, a story that would echo through the ages. Their sacrifice inspired not only the Greeks, but also countless generations who would come to understand the value of courage and unity in the face of tyranny. As the sun set on that fateful day at Thermopylae, the legacy of the 300 Spartans was solidified. They became immortalized, not just as warriors, but as heroes who chose to stand for freedom, forever reminding the world that sometimes standing firm against overwhelming odds is the greatest victory of all.